Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. Police have arrested 10 people, including 5 members of the Bandidos bikie gang, as part of a week-long operation in the Hunter and North Coast. Officers from Strike Force Raptor seized 9 firearms. A senior Bandidos member was among those arrested following raids on homes at Western and Curry Curry. A search of the properties allegedly uncovered 5 firearms, including a shotgun and drugs. In another raid at Greta, police seized a further 4 firearms and a large quantity of ammunition. The former boyfriend of slain Hunter mother Carly McBride has instructed his legal team to prepare an appeal after he was found guilty of her murder. The case against Sale Kenneth Newson was purely circumstantial, with prosecutors relying on phone taps, which they argued showed the accused knew more about Ms McBride's death than was ever made public. The remains of the 31-year-old mother of 2 was found 2 years after she was disappeared from Muswellbrook in 2014. Newson is due to be sentenced in September. A Hunter retired accountant is lobbying for a balanced approach to renewable energy implementation across the state. Bruce Williams and surveyor Robert Monteith have taken out a full-page ad in today's Newcastle Herald following the controversy over Mark Vale's appointment as Newcastle University Chancellor and his links to the coal industry. Bruce Williams says the unreliability of wind and solar does not justify the complete dismantlement of fossil fuels from the state's power generation. He says the charging of electric cars mainly comes from fossil fuels.
When you recharge that car with electricity, that power is coming from wind 11%, solar 4%, black coal 51%, brown coal 18%, 7% gas. That's where that electricity is coming from. The fact that it comes out of a power point doesn't mean it's coming from solar or wind. It's coming out of the grid.
The unemployment rate across the Hunter has fallen. However, the latest figures show fewer than half the jobs lost during the coronavirus pandemic have been recovered. The average jobless rate in Newcastle and Lake Macquarie over the past year stands at 7.2%, while the rest of the Hunter is at 5.6%. However, Business Hunter says the real concern is the youth unemployment rate, which stands at 17% in Newcastle and Lake Macquarie. There are also concerns many job seekers have given up the search for work. Teachers at Maitland Grossman and Merriweather High Schools walked off the job yesterday as part of a continuing industrial campaign against staff shortages. Teachers are calling for more casual staff to cover for colleagues on leave, saying they're dealing with an ever-increasing workload. It follows similar actions by staff at the Hunter School of Performing Arts, Newcastle Senior School and Maitland Public in recent weeks. Seafarers visiting the Port of Newcastle will now have access to Wi-Fi to connect with family and friends across the world. The scheme is funded by Seafarers Connect, the Newcastle Coal Infrastructure Group and the Port of Newcastle, and is expected to bring mental health benefits to crews isolated by COVID restrictions on leaving their vessels. The announcement coincides with the International Day of the Seafarer, and Robert Coombs of Seafarers Connect says the scheme will make an impact on the mental health of a ship's crew.
Seafarers, international seafarers, have not got Wi-Fi whilst they're at sea. A lot of them don't have it while they're in port either, and so basically we're in the throes of providing a Wi-Fi signal so when they get into port they can use either their mobile telephones or their laptops so as to get hold of family and friends.
2NURFM Sport.
Newcastle has been named as the new host for next week's blockbuster clash between the Roosters and Storm in round 16 of the NRL. The match was set to be played at the SCG, but was moved to McDonald Jones Stadium in response to New South Wales' growing COVID-19 outbreak. Roosters coach Trent Robinson says the move was an easy one to make because of the region's passion for the sport. Knights prop Daniel Saifiti says he's disappointed his mum won't be able to watch him represent New South Wales in State of Origin 2 in Brisbane on Sunday. New Queensland border restrictions prevents residents from Sydney, the Central Coast, Wollongong and the Blue Mountains from entering the state. Former Jet striker Roy O'Donovan believes he still has plenty to offer in the A-League after the club didn't offer him a contract extension for next season. The 35-year-old says he's disappointed by the club's decision and has vowed to play on at another club. And Raymond Terrace lawn bowler Natasha Van Eldick has defeated her pair's partner Jamie Lee Worsnop to take out her third Australian Open title in 6 years. And the winning numbers in Powerball are 30, 33, 21, 13, 28, 31 and 8, and the Powerball number is 15. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.